Hello, hello. Welcome to the Healthy Sales Chick Show. So happy that you're here. As my friend Paula Fellingham, the founder of Win-Win Women, always says, we welcome you with open arms and open hearts. I am Nancy White, the host of your show, and I have a question for you. Are your healthy sales just amazing and flourishing from head to toe? Maybe they just might need a little refreshing makeover. I love helping people just to be able to stop and take time to reflect over what they're doing for their healthy mind, body, and spirit. Our discussions are going to include attributes, tips, or suggestions for acquiring and maintaining, and that is the challenging part, is when we maintain that healthy lifestyle. But it always starts in our mind, that amazing computer that's between our ears. Today, our topic is going to be the science behind a smile. We're going to talk about frowning, smiling, and some of the benefits of smiling. If we don't get finished, we will do part 2, I promise, because there is a lot of information when we start researching and digging in to the science behind a smile. So what is your face doing right now? Do you have a serious furrowed eyebrow? Are your eyes squinting because you can't see, or you may be out in the sunshine? Is your jaw tense? Are you relaxed in your shoulders? How's your breathing? Is it shallow? Or can you just breathe and release? And how does your back feel? Do you feel like you just might need a massage? How often in the day do you notice these things? I encourage you just to stop for just a moment, no judgment, and just check in with yourself. Think about that lower middle part of your forehead, just above where your unibrow would be. Is there tension there? Are you concerned about something? This muscle is called the corregulator supercilii, and is amazing how this muscle, we've got so many muscles in our face, but it pulls your eyebrows down and together, causing your forehead to wrinkle. It makes your skin corrugated. It gets used to the expressed displeasure, an anger, worry, or a host of other negative emotions. And it is part of your frown, and your brain notices when your corregulator supercilii is flexed and thinks, oh, I must be upset or worried about something. Several experiments have studied what happens when people are forced to furrow their eyebrows or a frown. In general, these studies have found that people with furrowed brows generate more negative emotions. But that doesn't surprise us, does it? For example, one study in 1992 taped golf tees. This is true. They taped golf tees to each eyebrow and asked the subjects to touch them together. That's right, golf tees like golfers play with and stick in the ground. And they were taped to their eyebrows. I'm sitting there going, I hope they kept their eyebrows. But it just really didn't sound like a real serious science project. But the participants were there, and they viewed and rated a series of pictures when their golf tee brows were furrowed, and they experienced more sadness. And then in another study in 2001, just simply asked participants to push their eyebrows together when viewing pictures. They found that the furrowing the brow increased the feelings, again, of anger, disgust in the subjects, and made them less happy, less agreeable, and less interested. The facial expression of furrowed brow is a large part of what it means to feel and create negative emotions. When you start to feel anxious or stressed or angry, notice if your brow is furrowed. Try relaxing your forehead, and it will help diminish the feeling. Frown lines on our foreheads between our eyebrows, they're called the 11s sometimes, also come from squinting when you can't quite see or you're out in the sunshine. So to help avoid that, wear sunglasses and wear your readers. Another thing that my dear friend, and we're going to talk about her in just a little bit, said that you can just take your hands and you can make little fists and you can just pull gently across your forehead in this kind of manner. I call it ironing your forehead, but that's another way that you can help those muscles. Again, the lines or wrinkles on our face come from the use of muscles. And you want to discover ways to improve and prevent these wrinkles. Check out another Win-Win Women show, Age Gracefully with Face Yoga. Age Gracefully with Face Yoga. I promise you're going to learn some amazing things you will use the rest of your life. So do you agree a few things can brighten someone's day, like a smile? Whether it's a family member, a friend, a coworker, or a clerk at the store, when they're smiling to you, what does that make you do? It makes you smile back. And smiling is an easy way to improve not only the world around you, but with the feelings inside you as well and inside them. A warm smile is a universal language of kindness. That was a quote from William Arthur Ward. A warm smile is the universal language of kindness. Don't you agree? So what exactly happens in our minds when you smile? Let's start with the brain chemistry. Smiling activates tiny molecules in your brain that are designed to fend off stress. These molecules are called neuropeptides, and they facilitate the communication between the neurons in your brain. Also, when you smile, your brain releases dopamine. We've heard about dopamine, endorphins, and serotonin. These neurotransmitters are associated with lowering your anxiety and increasing the feelings of happiness. In fact, serotonin is often the chemical that antidepressant medications attempt to regulate. This natural feeling good chemical cocktail that your brain serves us helps me feel happier and more relaxed. And it can even lower your heart rate and your blood pressure. We're going to talk about some other health benefits of smiling a little bit later on also. So this is a bonus. How would you like to be more attractive? You don't have to plan any exercise routine or put on fancy clothes. All you have to do is put on a smile. It has been said that a smile is the most attractive curve on a woman's body. I bet a man said that. What do you think? A smile is the most attractive curve on a woman's body. Another study, it's in Scotland University, found that those who smiled and made eye contact were consistently rated higher on the attractiveness scale. Did you know that you get rated on an attractiveness scale? I guess in a study you would be, but also they were rated higher than those who didn't. And we've all heard that smiling is contagious. Is it true? Yes, 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 it is. The part of your brain that aids in smiling when happy or mimicking someone's smile resides in an unconscious automatic response area. What an amazing brain we have. Oh my goodness. But in other words, smiling truly is contagious. When someone smiles at you, you are behaviorally and psychologically conditioned to return the favor. Now, there are certain instances that we come across when we're in this world and we give people some grace and space. Because sometimes when we come across somebody and we're looking at their face and their lips are downturned, they could really be sad about something. But it's still good to give a smile, even if people are going through some real challenges. And sometimes, some people might get offended when we smile at them if they're going through a rough time. But I still think that when you give a smile from your heart, it's just one of those things that you're giving a little gift to somebody. And also, when we just, there's times when all of a sudden we think of something, we remember something that was pleasant and that was good. And don't you know that it makes you smile? Whew, that might got me a little bit emotional. And so I have to ask you, have you ever gotten tickled and tried to hold back laughter? Oh my gosh, especially if you were in a service or a meeting or someplace where it was not appropriate for you to be laughing. Well, I have to tell you this story, and it happened over 20 years ago. And I took my mom and her dear friend to a funeral. And we walked in to the funeral home and we went in and we were greeted and we sat down and she looked around. Mildred looked around. I didn't know their friend anyways. I was just the driver. And so my mom looked at me and she goes, "We're in the wrong place." And I will tell you, I could not help it. I was trying to muffle my laughter as we tried very inconspicuously to stand up and exit to go to the correct place. But it was one of those times when it was just, you could not help it. It was circumstantial, but I will always remember that time. And it really was very helpful for my mom and her friend when we got out in the hallway, that we just really had to laugh, and it really helped during that time for their emotions. So really, when smiling boosts your mood, it makes you more attractive and can easily spread to others. Don't you love seeing babies and children when they start smiling and they start laughing, and you cannot help but smile, especially when they are doing this belly laugh and you have no idea what it is, especially if they're not talking yet. But it's one of those things that we are, we're born with that, and it evolves in us. We've heard before, the joy of the Lord is our strength in so many ways. But regardless of how you're feeling today, try putting on a smile and seeing how it affects your internal and external experience. You just might be pleasantly surprised, and it might even put another smile on your face. If you come across someone that does not have a smile, then give them yours. That is by C.S. Lewis. He is one of my favorite authors and one of my favorite people to quote. And another story I'm going to tell you is that years ago, my mom, when I was a senior in high school, married a retired Episcopal priest. He was 80 and she was 50. I have no idea what they were thinking, but I just loved them and just supported them no matter what. But my father Sherwood used to write letters, and he had an old-fashioned typewriter, and he would just type. Well, I came to find out that Father Sherwood was corresponding with C.S. Lewis. And I can remember the old-fashioned envelopes and mails and letters. And so we got several of those letters that have been written back and forth. So you just never know. But I didn't really even know at that time at 18 who C.S. Lewis was. But I do appreciate his joy and the things that he has written down that have been passed down from generation to generation. So I don't know about you, but I would rather have smile wrinkles instead of frown wrinkles. Frown wrinkles really affect our forehead across here, but smile wrinkles really affect around your eyes and around your mouth. But there's still amazing ways and things that we can do to help reduce those wrinkles, whether they're from smiles or frowns. But one of the best things I can tell you is to really just smile when we get to wake up every single day, put our feet on the ground and go, yay, I'm back. There is a reason to smile. And sometimes when we're even going through those hard times, or when we've got friends that are going through those hard times, there's a time when smiling's not appropriate, but we want to be sensitive. We want to be that kind of person that's going to be there for them. And sometimes they just need to have a joke, have something fun. So we're going to talk later on too about longevity and smiling. But do you know that children smile about 400 times a day, and the average adult smiles only about 20? Now, 400 to 20. Can't count. But anyways, I think we need to work on that. I think that we need to really make a conscious effort on being able to smile, even in the mirror. When we're looking at the mirror, smile and go, I am so glad that I am me. I love me. I like me. And just, give yourself a smile. You don't always have to have somebody else around. You can smile and just be happy and clap and be joyful no matter where you are, when it's appropriate, unless you're in the wrong funeral. But anyways, I hope that you can smile more and more and more. We're going to continue our discussion the next time regarding the science of a smile, including grumpy, longevity, and health benefits. I encourage you, join us the next time for our part 2, and just again, support your healthy mind, your body, and your spirit. And contact me. I would love to hear from you. The Healthy Sales Check for your complimentary 30-minute It's All About You session. We're going to talk about all the great things that you're doing. When was the last time somebody had a conversation with you and talked about all the great things that you're doing and just made sure that you knew that you were doing your very best? And then if you want to talk about some areas that you would like to improve and enhance, I would love to share with you some things that I've learned over the last 30 plus years being in health and wellness. Thank you again. I would love just again to be able to help you any way that I can, and be blessed. And remember to take care of their temporary temple until you receive your permanent maintenance-free one, because this is a one-way trip and we do not know or guaranteed about tomorrow. So until the next time.